everyone, it's Michelle from All in One Life Coaching, and today we're just going to talk. We're going to talk about law of attraction, we're going to talk about emotional state, we're going to talk about how energy and emotional state come together that provides the information needed by law of attraction to respond. And we're going to talk about your well-being and your own internal knowledge and your own internal smartness and knowing of what you want. There's been a lot of question and concern about being tired and being burnt out, and how do we come out of that? From a law of attraction perspective, when we are tired, we are giving off an emotional connection to that tired. There's an energy state that attaches from us, is put out by us. So when we're tired, law of attraction will bring you more thoughts that are tiring. You'll have thoughts of, today's been a hard day. I don't want to go do this tomorrow. This person over here has done something that has offended me. We will just be able to remember everything that makes us so exhausted that we just don't want to get out of bed. Law of attraction is so precise that it just doesn't really care who you are or what you're really doing. It's responding to that energy state that you're giving off. And when you're tired, does it even make sense that you would be giving off an energy state of optimism? Does it even make sense that when you feel burnt out or exhausted or worried or concerned about tomorrow, that law of attraction could even possibly bring you anything different? Does it make sense that from an energy basis, that law of attraction is responding to where you are? And if where you are is tired, then tired you will be. The beauty of this life experience is that's not where you're meant to be forever, but it's okay to be tired. We have days where we might work many hours unexpectedly. You might have someone call in sick at work, and then you might have to put in a couple of extra things yourself. Life just happens, and we're meant to have some of those experiences that simply don't feel particularly good, that will cause us to become tired. The nice thing is we don't have to stay there. The very acknowledgement that you're tired is your indicator that you are doing something in here that's bringing about law of attraction to bring you more tired. You're not doing anything wrong. When you're tired, it makes sense to be focused in on the work you don't want to do. When you're tired, it makes sense that you don't want to get up and go jogging. When you're tired, it makes sense you might not want to play with the kids. When you're tired, it makes sense you might be a little grouchy. That all makes sense. If you're willing to, as a person who's wanting to feel better, if you're willing to just for a minute not look at the tired and try to find what the other end of the stick of tired would be, then you automatically start shifting that energy state, that vibrational state that you're giving off, because you'll automatically shift from tired to a little bit of hope, a little bit of optimism, a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of something to look forward to. And when we do that, then law of attraction, being the beauty that it is, will put together the cooperative components for that. And because you already know what it is you really want, and you do because the very fact that you're tired tells you what you want. It's the opposite of it. The opposite of being tired is maybe more energetic. I wish I had more time. I wish I was doing something else that I loved. But the human, if we stay focused in tired, we're never going to get out of bed to go try that thing we might love. So it doesn't mean that you should force yourself to do it, because if you try to do that, well, then that never really ends well. You don't have a particularly good time, and then maybe the people you go with are like, oh, they're a little bit of a downer. So what can you do? The whole point of this life experience really is the journey. It's the ride. It's the getting to that thing that you want. So if you want to have something other than being tired, that means you're moving towards something that will be more fulfilling, that will give you a sense of ease, that will give you something to look forward to. And it just doesn't even matter what that is in its specific. Just generally speaking, if you make a decision for yourself that you're going to take a minute to view things differently, just for a minute, then you've already done some of the work. You have. You've made a decision to feel a little bit better. That's the first step. Now the human simply has to do some other things. We've got to go purposefully looking for those things that feel better and not try to sort out too much of those things that made us feel terrible. Because again, you just simply can't ask yourself to look at something terrible and feel good. It's not logical. It doesn't make sense. And when we do ask that of ourselves or others, we don't feel good. And we don't feel good because there is a larger part of you that knows you're here to have fun. And when you step away from that, when we stop focusing in the fun, that's when we feel that disconnection. That's when we feel that, I'm frustrated and I'm mad and I just want to blame you and lash out and do that. And all of that's okay too. You're not doing anything wrong really when you do that either. Because wherever you are in the moment, when we take action, it will be a match. It just will. So when we're angry and frustrated and we make a phone call, not only will we might use words that don't feel good to ourselves, they certainly won't feel good on the receiving end. And then the human, we just have such a hard time to not feel guilty. And when we feel guilty, we'll very quickly move into things like blame. That, well, I wouldn't have behaved that way had you not. And it just doesn't matter. Every life experience for us is a growing experience. It's a learning experience. And we need those negative experiences as part of this life experience for us to figure out what the other end is. It would be great if we just woke up every morning and the world was perfect, wouldn't it? Where there was just everything flowed? Or would it? Would we really be able to expand and get better and bigger and stronger and more knowing without some hiccups along the way? We need the hiccups. We just don't need to spend all our time focusing in the hiccup. Recognize it, acknowledge the negative emotional state. Give yourself a break for being in it. Give yourself a break for being tired. But don't ask yourself to not be tired if all you're willing to look at is being tired. We're going to ask you to try looking someplace else, even just for a minute or two. It might mean you're going to go outside and go for a walk. It could mean that you're going to do something that you really love doing. Maybe you like to paint or do crafts. Maybe you like to write. Maybe you like to support others. When the human finds those things that they enjoy and they really make a conscious effort to replace those with the things that make them tired, then not only does this become easier to do because law of attraction is giving you all the goods now. You're in the right place at the right time. You're having conversations with people that are engaging. You're having learning experiences. You're going to take part in negative experiences that no longer feel so bad. You're going to know that it's part of the makeup and that this negative experience is just an indicator for you that you're growing and that you have stuff to learn and explore, and you don't have to do it right now. You don't. Tomorrow's a new day. It is. So instead of being focused in the tired, try to find something that is just a little bit more pleasing to you. And when you do, you'll feel a little bit better. And then it'll be easier to find other things. Your smarter self, your bigger self, your knowing self is providing you the details. You can hear it when you listen. And you can always know if it's a message of well-being by how it feels. When it's promoting, telling you how great you're doing, telling you that you're going to be okay, telling you that you're taking part and you're part of the solution no matter what, telling you to let's get out of bed and go for a walk, telling you that let's go help that neighbor down the street, telling you to take your puppies and love them, telling you to hold your children. That is you telling you to feel better. Listen to that. It's incredibly helpful. Thank you, everyone.